Hi, welcome to Entertainment with Last YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you the Black Adam movie review. Let's start the video. Directed by John Sarah and featuring a remarkable lead performance by Dwayne Johnson, the spiky and majestic Black Adam is one of the best DC superhero films to date. This tale of a gloomy, seemingly malevolent god who reappears in a long-occupied Middle Eastern nation rejects most of the choices that blandify even the good entries in the genre. For its first third, it presents its title character, a champion who challenged a despotic king thousands of years earlier, as a frightening and unknowable force with a bottomless appetite for destruction. Known by his ancient moniker Teth Adam, his reemergence from a desert tomb proves both a miracle and a curse for people who prayed for someone to defend them against corporate mercenary thugs who have oppressed them for decades and strip-mined their land. Throughout the rest of its running time, Black Adam leans into the inevitability of Adam's evolution toward good guy status, condensing the transformation of the title character in the first two Terminator films. There are even comic bits where people try to teach Adam sarcasm and the Geneva Conventions. Black Adam then stirs in dollops of a macho sentimentality that used to be common in old Hollywood dramas about loners who needed to get involved in a cause in order to reset their moral compasses or recognize their own worth. But the sharp edge that the film brings to the early parts of its story never dulls. Adam initially seems as much of a literal as well as figurative force of nature as Godzilla and other beasts in Japanese kaiju films. It's initially hard for the people in Adam's path to tell if he's good, evil, or merely indifferent to human concerns. One thing's for sure: everyone wants Adam to help them prevent a crown forged in hell and infused with the energy of 6 demons from being placed atop the head of someone in Intergang, a global corporate/mercenary consortium whose interests are represented by a two-faced charmer, Marwan Kenzari. Decades ago, Humphrey Bogart played a lot of cynical men who insisted they weren't interested in causes, then changed their minds and took up arms against corruption or tyranny. Black Adam is one of the best DC superhero films to date. Viewers still love that story, and Johnson has updated it many times during his career, most recently in Jungle Cruise, in which he played a character modeled on Bogart's riverboat captain in The African Queen. He channels vintage primordial acting by Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but also poet brute performances like Anthony Quinn's strongman in La Strada, and infuses the totality with his own unique charisma. Black Adam confirms that he studied the classics and cherry-picked bits that seem to work for him. Adam initially seems as much of a literal as well as figurative force of nature as Godzilla and other beasts in Japanese kaiju films. There are even tender-hearted moments of regret and recrimination that seem inspired by 1950s moral awakening pictures like On the Waterfront. Fidelity to basic film storytelling keeps Black Adam centered even when it's doing 10 things at once. The film is packed with foreshadowings, setups, payoffs, twists, and surprises, and filled with well-defined lead and supporting characters. One standout is Brosnan, who delivers a moving portrait of an immortal who is tired of seeing the future and thinking back on his past. Dr. Fate looks at those who can live in the present with a mixture of melancholy, wisdom, and envy. The result sometimes plays like the DC answer to the pop culture quake that was Black Panther, serving up a Middle Eastern-inflected version of the Marvel film's Afrofuturist sensibility and letting its setting stand in for any place that was colonized. But its politics are more clearly defined and less compromised. Black Adam is staunchly anti-imperialist to its marrow, even equating the Avengers-like crew sent to capture and imprison Black Adam to a United Nations intervention force that the people of the region don't want because it only makes things worse. The movie is anti-royalist too, which is even more of a surprise considering that the backstory hinges on kings and lineage. Black Adam is a superlative and clever example of this sort of movie, coloring within the lines while drawing fascinating doodles on the margins. In its brash, relentless, overscaled way, Sarah's film respects its audience and wants to be respected by it. Black Adam gives the audience everything they wanted, along with things they never expected. That's all for today. Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for upcoming amazing and informative.